What is laser? Laser is a device that emits coherent light beams through an optical amplification process. Why the name laser? The word laser is originated as an acronym for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Before understanding this in detail, let us first go through the differences between laser light and ordinary light. So let us see what are the properties of laser. First one is monochromaticity. This implies single wavelength. That means laser light has single wavelength, whereas the ordinary light has wide range of wavelength, that is ordinary light is polychromatic. And directionality, laser light moves in a single direction, whereas the ordinary light can move in all possible directions. And if we consider the intensity of a laser light and ordinary light, the intensity of laser light is very high compared to the ordinary light. And laser light has a property of coherence. What is coherence? If we consider two light waves, if their frequency and wavelength are same and the phase difference between the two waves is constant, then those two waves are said to be coherent. Now let us see what are the basic concepts of laser action. The laser action can be understood by studying the interaction of matter with the electromagnetic radiation. Interaction of matter with the electromagnetic radiation can be explained by three main processes. Under that, the first one is stimulated absorption. We all know that universe is made up of matter and energy, and atoms are the smallest constituents of matter, and inside atom there is a nucleus and electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a different energy levels. Now, let us consider two such energy levels. One is E1, which is lower energy level, and E2, which is higher energy level. Consider an electron in the lower energy level. Now, if you want to make this electron to make a transition to the higher energy level, what we have to do? We have to supply energy which is equal to the energy difference between the energy level E2 and E1. So, let us consider, suppose the electron in this lower energy level is made to interact with the photon having energy which is equal to the energy difference between the energy level E2 and E1. Now what happens? This electron will absorb energy and will make a transition to the higher energy level. And this process is called as absorption. This is called as stimulated absorption because here the electron is triggered to make a transition to the higher energy level by an external energy, by supplying external energy. This process of stimulated absorption depends on the number of atoms in the lower energy level and also the intensity of the incident light. Now, so if we consider a matter in a whole which is made up of atoms, what happens during the process of stimulated absorption? The atoms in the ground state will attain the excited states. We know that ground state is the stable state for atoms and excited states have less stability. Since excited state has less stability, the lifetime of an atom in the excited state is very small, that is, on an average 10 power minus 8 seconds. So, the atom will make a transition to the ground state from the excited state to get stability. And during this process, there will be emission of photon. To understand this, again, let us consider the energy levels E2 and E1. And now our electron is in higher energy level, which is less stable, so it will make a transition to the lower energy level E1. During this process, due to the energy difference between the two levels E2 and E1, the electron will emit energy which is equal to the energy difference between E2 and E1, and this emission of energy will be in the form of photon. So what is spontaneous emission? This is the process during which an electron in the higher energy level will make a transition to the lower energy level by emitting the energy in the form of photon. And this process of spontaneous emission depends only on the number of atoms in the higher energy levels or number of atoms in the excited states, and it is independent of the light used. The third process is stimulated emission, which takes the major role in laser action. Let us consider an electron in the higher energy level E2. As we seen in the spontaneous emission process, what happens if this particular electron makes a transition to the lower energy level? There will be a emission of photon which having energy which is equal to the energy difference between E2 and E1. Why there will be emission of photon? Since there is a energy difference between these two involved energy levels. Suppose now this electron is triggered by an external photon which is having energy equal to the energy difference between these two involved energy levels, then what happens? There will be emission of two photons having same energy. What is the energy? That is, the energy is equal to the energy difference between these two energy levels. So thus the number of photons are increased during stimulated emission process, which is called as amplification. So as the acronym says, light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Thus, laser is a device which will emit coherent beams of light by optical amplification processes. These light waves or the photons which are produced have same energy, hence their wavelength and frequency will be same, and the phase difference between them will be constant, which will give the property of coherence to the emitted laser light.